Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio August 20th, 2022. Today's energies favor thinking in broad, positive terms. Networking and discussions with friends can be most interesting and inspiring. While you can uncover helpful information today, it's also easier to put your worries aside and truly enjoy yourself. Agreements tend to work out well. You see possibilities where you didn't see them before, or you can find a positive side to a story that once didn't look great. It's also a good day for talking about or solving problems surrounding career, business, and goals. A business can benefit from networking efforts now. Romantic adventures await, but you still have some work to do first. For instance, the moon continues to glimmer through your responsible 6th house of daily rituals, due diligence, and acts of service, which means you're likely preoccupied with everything from your health routine to your tedious to-do list. Catching feelings for a cute coworker? Whether you met them at your community college or in the workplace, your desire for romantic adventure could be stifled by your current routine, or for others, your state of mind. The key is to work hard so you can play harder. You have the power to make small changes in your daily work life that can positively impact your overall career path as the Sun in Leo trines Pluto retrograde in Gemini. Right now, you may be assuming more control of your daily operations in your job, which can eventually stabilize the trajectory of your career path and even your professional reputation. Luck is on your side since Mercury retrograde in Virgo also sextiles Jupiter in Aries. You may want to revisit certain conversations about dreams or work with particular connections to further your professional development. When Mars leaves your financial sector next week, he will leave behind planets that can keep the momentum going and the dream alive, but money matters will become a lot less urgent. This will ultimately leave room for the income side of the financial fence to have it turn in the second half of the year. Until then, it is the professional gods that are working to first gain the right momentum on both the job and career fronts. In your private life, you feel like you're walking through a minefield. One false move and there will be an explosion. This will really put you to the test. Don't let others blame you for everything, sometimes they are at fault too. Remember to be open for other points of view when it comes to solving problems. Reconciling both is a difficult, but not impossible task. You are still drawing in people like a magnet, so take your time and don't make a decision until you've seen all the possibilities. Life can get a little better than this, but not by much. If a lot of new things happen and not all appear positive at first, be prepared for subsequent surprises. Accepting disruption or changes in your love life, you approach matters in a self-assured and positive way, even if it does not follow your ideal plan. Allow for plenty of improvement and progress in your love life. The transit of the day increases your affection for a partner, for children, even pets. Anything that you shower with love will strongly feel the effect of this planetary energy. However, don't expect it to be received with a big thank you. Sometimes people take what you give in a way that makes you wonder whether they know how precious your feelings are. Don't let that make you feel resentful. Just mention this concern and all will be well. Be sure to drink lots of water to help keep your emotional state flexible. This is the day to get the ball rolling on new projects. Hopefully you made the most of the last day to wrap up unfinished work so you can start with a clean slate. With the presence of today's vibration, you're not apt to want to do anything that's old. Be sure that you have a solid plan as to what you want to do, and how you're going to go about it to give yourself the best advantage with this fresh endeavor. Let today's ambitious energy give you strength and creative flow. Our eyes in the sky. We're all likely to wake up feeling intuitively sharper and maybe even more creative than usual. But there could be a heavy emotional shift when the moon conjoins Pluto, and we'll have to take care not to overreact to any overpowering feelings. The psychic embellishments from earlier will remain very prominent, but you'll have to be cautious not to let them affect you too much. Avoid having arguments centered around any jealousy you may feel. It could make someone feel unjustly guilty or intimidated. Also be very aware of any negative self-talk, because it could also lead to desperate actions you later come to regret. There could be power struggles or issues with others who want to dominate us. If you feel like someone is pushing you to make a decision you aren't ready to make, take a step back and reassert your boundaries. You don't have to rush through your emotions to satisfy someone else's whims. Any negative energy that's been hovering around you could hit twice as hard when the moon sextiles Neptune tonight. The energy could affect your sleep and make you feel exhausted. In the morning, the moon squares Chiron in Aries, forcing us to confront repressed anxieties. We are emotionally stoic under the Gemini moon, preferring to avoid conflict by busying ourselves with duties and responsibilities. There's a battle waging here between our inner elder and our inner child. We may be attempting to emulate the style of an older person in our youth who dismissed our creativity. And now, we are acting as the same gatekeeper for our wounded psyche. The best way to navigate these energies is to begin talking to ourselves in a new way, thereby acting as our protector instead of our worst critic. Following this, the Leo Sun trines Pluto in Gemini, helping us to tap our magic and personify self-esteem. By firmly standing our ground and advocating for our principles, we become authority figures in our own right. Subsequently, others treat us differently, affirming that we have all that we need within ourselves to embrace our agency. Relationships with superiors, bosses, and those in institutions should be farewell at this time. People in positions of power acknowledge our tenacity and dedication to excellence, helping us to rise further on the hierarchical totem pole. The cosmic weather is quiet today until afternoon, when the moon opposes Mercury in Virgo, provoking irrational thought. We are especially sensitive as the moon transits Pisces. Certain ideas make sense to us on a conceptual level that we have trouble expressing logically. But that won't stop us from trying. The problem is that when we attempt to communicate our sentiments, we polarize our feeling state and our intellect. This can lead to unease, confusion, or analysis paralysis, as we mix up facts and potential fiction. Our interactions with others get scrambled. We become frustrated that our conversation partner doesn't get what we're trying to say. We will be much better off processing our thoughts through a creative medium now. By sharing our feelings through music or writing, our ideas remain open to interpretation. Others can then connect with us emotionally by bearing witness instead of sharing a reciprocal dialogue. In the evening, the moon sextiles Uranus in Taurus, stimulating surprises. Too much weight today has been placed on trying to rationalize our circumstances. At this time, something happens to shock us out of this expectation. We realize that we have been taking things too seriously, that life is baffling, and that we should enjoy the ride. Our intuition and instincts harmonize. We come to sudden realizations that reshape how we relate with others. We could also learn new information, receive unexpected news, or experience a synchronicity that bears special significance. The stress of the day rolls off our backs as we throw up our hands and submit to the universe's grand plan.